Welcome to This Week in AT. This Week in AT, July 28th, 2025. Abundance in Healthcare. There are more than enough people that need help. In their recent book Abundance, authors Ezra Klein and Derek Thompson made the case that within the world, in particular the U.S., there are enough resources to make everyone's lives better. It isn't a matter of resources, it's a matter of getting out of our own way to utilize and implement them to those who need them most. The authors are left-leaning on the political spectrum, but argue that the blueprint they lay out is neutral and could be adopted by anyone on the political spectrum. This post is not political or related to resources across the country. This post is about the abundance of people who need access to care and throughout all of the medical professions. There are more than enough patients to go around. Turf wars. Right, wrong, or otherwise, healthcare professionals, especially in the rehabilitation services and musculoskeletal care, seem to have dust-ups on a regular basis on who should be seeing what and the potential of everyone doing everyone else's job. From my experience working in health systems, when athletic trainers have presented the idea of assisting in the rehabilitation aspect of patient care to help improve access and ultimately patient satisfaction, it is met with heavy resistance. The concept of access issues suddenly disappears and the concerns about long-term care of patients becomes front and center. Within this setting, and others, the goal of care is, quote, the needs of the patient come first. That is, right up until someone else wants to help and utilize their skills to help patients get access to quality care faster. Laying claim. The athletic training profession isn't immune to this either. At times, we assume that we can provide care that matches other professionals and that when we are treating patients, they shouldn't need to see anyone else. Athletic trainers have been known to lay claim to their athletes' patients, stating, quote, my athletes or, quote, my kids. And while the sentiment is in the right place, as a profession, we have to take a step back and, again, put the needs of the patient first. Athletic trainers are highly trained and skilled professionals, but we almost certainly can't be the best at everything and provide all that our patients need. To claim so is short-sighted. There are settings all over the country where the athletic trainer to patient ratio is unsustainable, making it impossible to provide everything that everyone needs. It just isn't physically possible, and we have to be okay with that. The not-so-hot take. Quote, to have the future we want, we need to build and invent more of what we need. That's it. That's the thesis. What we need to invent, or more accurately, reinvent, is the focus on the patient and how a group of people with diverse skill sets can care for the people who need it. Open up communication with your patients and, when possible, the providers they are also seeing. Develop a plan that allows everyone to work together to provide the best outcome for the patient. Not only will this give patients the care they seek, but it will also save you the time, energy, and potential frustration to maximize your abilities within your role. If you are unable to provide the level of care that some of your patients seek, at no fault of your own, become okay with that fact that they will seek it elsewhere. In my experience, it's rarely an indictment on you and your skills. It is the patient advocating for themselves, which is almost never a bad thing. If you can truly live by the idea the needs of the patient come first, the humility to know they may need help from someone else, I think it will make you a better provider. It is nearly impossible to be everything for everyone, and this is okay. Be as much as you can be, and then work as a team to fill in the rest. This Week in AT. Tune in next week to get the happenings in AT with This Week in AT.